James Lynch here for MMA News with Renato Moicano, who's supposed to be fighting Maogomed Mutafaev on October 17th, but that is not the case anymore. We're here to clear everything up with the man himself, Renato Moicano. Renato, how are you, man?
How are you, my friend? Everything good?
Everything's good with me, but, it sucks to see about the fight, but there's a lot of really weird circumstances heading into this. So first, let's start with, you signing the bout agreement because you're supposed to fight Mutafaev. Everything's good, but in that contract, it says TBA as far as where the fight's going to be taking place. But like you've sort of said, and we've talked about this before, you don't want to go fight internationally because of the whole, you're in the green card process, but I'll let you take it away here because, I want to get your side of this.
Yeah, no, it's exactly this. I was asking for a fight, specifically in America, because, because last year I was entering the green card process, and my lawyer did the first part, which one was I don't remember the exact name, but it's extraordinary abilities. You have a visa for extraordinary abilities, and they give this to me, and we could not enter into the green card process right away because I had a fight in Brazil. So my lawyer say, you're gonna fight in Brazil, you come back. After you come back, we enter in the green card process. So that was what I did. And I said to the UFC, I have to fight in USA. I cannot leave the country. And they say, okay. At least this is what my manager said to me. He said to me, he always speak to the UFC saying I cannot leave the country because I'm in the green card process. And that's what happened. And they offered me the fight against the Mutafaev. And I say, okay. First, I thought I should fight a better hunker guy, But I say that to them. I say this to the UFC. I say I want to fight a better guy, but they show me why because right now they offer me some guys like top 50 guys, and then they refused. So they say, this is the fight you have to do. And I understand, I completely understand. And I signed the contract, but the contract was TBE, like you say. So no location.
TBA, yeah, no location.
TBA. Yeah.
And just to quickly add in there, I should mention that, for a lot of the fighters, it was the same case. Like I was talking, at the time of recording this, we have UFC 253 on Saturday, talking to a couple of fighters on the card. They had the same thing. They didn't find out the card was in Abu Dhabi until recently. So this definitely goes in line with what you were saying, that there was a lot of uncertainty. But anyways, go ahead. I just wanted to mention that.
No. It's good because I didn't know that. So at least I have some people with the same problem but I totally understand UFC. It's a strange time to fight because the coronavirus, and I know they have to deal with a lot of things. So I don't blame them. I just think they are very busy. They have a lot of fights to do, and I really don't know what happened. But the case is I cannot leave the country, because I called to my lawyer, and he say, you can go, but this is gonna affect your process, your green card process. So I don't recommend you to go, but if you want to go, you can fight. But you're gonna have some problems with the green card, and if they send you to Brazil, maybe you cannot come back to the USA because right now they have some visa problems too,
right?
Because they have some restriction about flights about Brazil and USA, and I put all that. I thought a lot about that because I live with my wife and my son here, and we don't have a family. So if I go to that fight, maybe this will affect my green card process for sure, and maybe I cannot come back to US to take care of my family. So I put all that in the balance, and doesn't seem right to me, because I'm saying I cannot fight abroad, USA. So I don't know. I don't know really what happened.
Well, it just seems like a miscommunication. Maybe maybe they felt like they could get you in, but like you're saying, it doesn't matter where you're going. Because to clarify, obviously this would have been in Abu Dhabi, but still, like you're saying, just leaving the country, that puts you at risk with the green card process. As like you said, your family wants to stay in the U.S., so it sort of gets affected there. So glad we cleared that up, because I wasn't sure if it was like a criminal thing. I don't think you have a criminal past or anything. So just wanted to clear that up, because you know how people are when they're like visa issue. It must be something in his past, but no. You're obviously, it's just you're trying to become a citizen, right? Is the idea here, and so you don't want to jeopardize that with this fight.
Yeah, because when you enter the green card process, you cannot leave the country, and they have to give you a parole to fly. Right. But with the coronavirus and this pandemic, the embassy and this like I don't know the name, but the people who take care of this in the government was off because of the coronavirus. So I don't think they really. And like my son, he born here in USA in February, but until now he don't have the passport because everything is closed because of the coronavirus. So even if I fly to Brazil and they don't let me come back to US, I cannot
see your
put
family.
my family in a flight to Brazil, because I thought about this. I thought about, okay, I'm going to fight, I go to Brazil. If they don't give me the visa because of the coronavirus, because one thing people don't know, if you are if you are for another country like a Brazilian like me, and you live in US with P1 visa, so you are like a worker, and you go back and you fly abroad, USA, like let's say Brazil, Abu Dhabi, you have to go to embassy in Brazil and you have to put a stamp on your visa. So every time I fly out of USA, I have to go back to Brazil. I have to go back to my city and stamp again a visa. So it's really complicated thing. It's not like I can go in and go back every time I want. So we have this little problem, but I'm not worried about right now. I just want to focus on training and to get a new fight on November. I hope November in Las Vegas.
Yes, hopefully it does work out. They've obviously rebooked your opponent, so you'd have to fight someone else. One thing I did want to mention there, you mentioned some guys turning you down. Anthony Pettis was one of those fights I know you wanted. Did Pettis officially turn down a fight with you? Do you know that?
Yeah, that's what my manager say, because before they offer me the
Mutafaev. Yeah.
They say, we want to, UFC say to my manager, we want to make Moicano against Pettis. Mm-hmm. And I think this is made a lot of sense because I was ranked. He is like a really good name, and I don't know. I think it's a good fight, but what happens? He turned down. What they say to me? He not want to fight in like October, November. I don't know when he want to fight, but I really don't know why he turned out the fight. But what I know, the UFC offered me the fight, and of course I agreed, and I think he doesn't agree. I don't know why.
Was that fight supposed to be at lightweight? I would assume you weren't going to go up to welterweight, were you?
No, lightweight.
Yeah, okay, that's what I figured. I was going to say you fought at 45. That would be a pretty big jump to go up to 170.
But if they offer me a fight with a good name, I can fight 170 too.
Interesting.
Like, if they say, we want to put you against Pettis or Cerrone or another big name, I will jump to 170.
Well, there you go. How much are you weighing right now, if you don't mind me asking you?
Hey, I don't know. Just 1 minute. I have a scale.
Okay, we're doing this live here. We're gonna find out the exact weight. I was just curious because obviously going up to welterweight's a lot.
Yeah, 178.
178. There you go. 8 pounds. That's like water. That's just all water, basically.
Yeah. 178. Okay. Good.
By the way, thanks for doing that. That's the first time I've had anyone weigh themselves in an interview. I love that, man. That's hilarious.
No problem. I don't have worries about that. When I was 145, I was so worried about my weight, and I have a scale right in the side of my bed. So every time I was like seeing how much I weigh. But at lightweight is better.
Yes. No, I agree with that. So if it's not well, obviously you're not going to fight Mutafaev because he's got this fight coming up. Are there any other opponents you're looking at now? So Pettis is off the list, Mutafaev off the list. Who else are you looking at as a potential opponent?
I'm not looking anymore because, like I say, before I wanted to fight a top-ranked guy, top 15, but I know I know I have to fight somebody else, because they don't want to fight me. I can understand that because I'm not in the rankings anymore, so they're gonna avoid because they know I'm a bad fight for everyone,
Yeah,
I know I'm a really good guy. I'm a really good fighter, but so I'm not gonna choose. Everyone they put in the front of me. But of course, I want to fight the best.
I'll throw a name out there just because he's been in the news and we don't really know what's happening with him. But what about Michael Chandler? I'm sure you saw he came over from Bellator. Do you think that's a fight that would be interesting? Because neither of you guys are ranked.
Yeah. That fight, I think, to be frank with you. Priscila, como é que é franco? Não é franco, não, Frank. To be honest with you, I asked for the fight.
Okay.
I asked for the fight last week. When I see he signed to the UFC, I called to Alex and say, hey, let's try to book Chandler. He's a former champion, really good guy, but I think made sense. But I don't think UFC gonna book this fight because they want him in Abu Dhabi. I heard about him.
He's the backup right now for Khabib and Gaethje, but I guess he still doesn't officially have an opponent. So there could be a small chance of hope. But I just thought I'd mention that anyways, because like I said, both of you guys, very good fighters. He's not ranked, you're not ranked, so it might make sense there. But I just thought I'd throw that name out there.
And a fight, and this is a fight for testing for him, because he's really good. He was really good at Bellator, but UFC is another level. I don't want to disrespect him, but I think I'm gonna be a very good competition for him.
Well, let's talk about it hypothetically. We might as well, since we're here. How do you feel like stylistically you match up against Chandler? Chandler's known for his stand-up. He's coming off 2 knockout wins. He's got good wrestling. How do you look at that from a style perspective?
I think he's really good. He likes to striking, but he has like a really good wrestling background, so he's not easy to take him down. But I think I'm better than him everywhere. I really believe I'm better than everybody. Mm-hmm. If I don't believe that, I was not fighting. I know I can be champion, and I know I'm better than him in everywhere.
Yeah, and you fought tough guys, too. I think people forget the resume you have. You fought Korean Zombie. You have that really big win over Calvin Kattar, which looks even better now with how well Calvin's done in the octagon. So I agree with you there, Renato. Certainly that's got to be that. So you're not fighting right now. Obviously, you're on the sidelines. Other than being an awesome dad, what else are you doing in terms of downtime outside of training? You watching any TV, anything like that?
Yeah, my son is over here. Look.
Well, let's see. Oh, look at him.
He's playing. Right now, but right now with the fight cancelled, I pretty much I being home, staying with my family and training once a day, sometimes twice a day. But my focus right now is on my family, and I hope they book a fight soon for me, and I hope I can fight the best.
Absolutely. Before we go, I do want to mention this just because you're an American Top Team guy. We had 2 former American Top Team guys fight last weekend with Colby Covington and Tyron Woodley. Were you surprised with that outcome? Did you think Woodley would make it more competitive, or what was your overall thoughts on the fight? I'm not sure if you saw it.
No, I saw. That was what I expected, Colby pressuring him, Woodley, and put him on the cage like the same Usman did, but I thought Woodley was he tried to be more active in the first, like going forward, but I think what he's missing is like be more aggressive,
Mm-hmm.
And when you see you losing the fight, like you have to go like all in, I think he was too much precaution. He has too much precaution, like going backwards, going to the cage, And I think if you want to win a fight, you have sometimes like bet, go for all win. Even if the guy knock you down or submit you, you have to go to came in a fight to fight, not to survive. I think this is. I think he is like trying to survive sometimes, like in the Usman and the Durinho fight, and in the Kobe. I think he has to go more aggressive in the next one.
Certainly, we'll be keeping an eye on that. We'll be keeping an eye on what's next for you, Renato. Thank you so much for doing this. Sorry to hear about the fight news. Hopefully you get something booked here soon for November. But in the meantime, if you got anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to plug, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody. And like you say, if you want to follow me, go to my social media, Renato Moicano. And thank you so much for the support. And be sure I'm going to be at my very best in the next fight.